Time for another episode of the Joshcast. Perfect. I rail against ums, and I start with an Perfect! Frustrated right now. I've been writing bits that are not personal, and they're not doing as well. I know that I should be writing personal stuff, and I know that the personal stuff tends to do better, but a part of me wants to, well, I was going to say kind of expand my wheelhouse, but then the thought that popped into my head was, maybe a part of me just wants to sabotage myself. A part of me wants to remain sad. And I'm back on the sugar again, 3 days in a row. Not feeling good about that. Feeling depressed. Feeling hopeless. And I'm back in the saddle again, where the friend is a friend. Where is a friend not a friend? I suppose in the big city? Is that what they're saying? Or is he saying that a horse is really a friend? What is the essence of the song? What is the theme? What am I trying to say? All right, well, let's attack this. Let's be personal. Let's be as personal as possible. I'm addicted to anxiety. I trust anxiety. If I let go of anxiety, my fear is that I will let go of responsibility, that I will not hold myself accountable. So for me, anxiety is my own crazy, angry, really authoritarian dictator. Yeah, relaxation. I don't trust that. Bill Maher has a great bit about this. He talks about, the squirrel never looks relaxed. It's not, anxiety is natural, I think is what he was trying to say. I'm giving Bill Maher credit for that. And I kind of agree. The anxiety is there for a reason. The purpose of anxiety is to warn me about potential danger. Now, the problem with this is that if you look for it, you can find danger in everything. So my anxiety radar is too sensitive. So that's a problem. And I'm isolating again. I need to talk to people more. Which I feel like I've talked about on this podcast. And it's interesting. Whenever I start to talk about more personal stuff lately, I get very uncomfortable. And not even, well, it's uncomfortable, but it's also panicked. And I feel panicked, and I feel embarrassed, and I feel sad. And there's a part of me that's thinking, well, how do I find the humor in this if I'm in it? And the sheer irony of this, I've talked about this before, is that when I was in acting school, and I'm trying to be dramatic and cry, I was struggling. But now, when I'm doing this podcast and I'm trying to be funny, it's easy for me to cry. So if I want to make it as a stand-up comedian, I should put all my heart and soul into making it as a dramatic actor. Basically, as soon as I say I want to succeed at something, all the neuroses comes in, all the crap comes in, and I fall apart at it. And this is a constant pattern that has happened over and over and over with me. And the only way out of the constant pattern of this is to really do what I love to do for the sake of doing it without looking for a result. So what does that mean? Well, it means I have to keep getting up there. And it means that I have to stop doing what I think is going to be successful and talk about what I want to talk about. That's a giant dog I'm just driving by. It looks like a cross between a greyhound and Dracula, for God's sake. That is a big dog. Am I changing the subject because I don't want to keep going deep? Oh, absolutely. So let's keep it. Let's go vulnerable. Let's get vulnerable. Let us get vulnerable. What do I not want you to know? That's what I ask other people to talk about. What do I not want you, the podcast listener, to know about me? What do I not want to talk about on this podcast? What do I not want to put out there? What do I not want to put out there? What do I not want to put out there about relationships? There we go. Well, I'm in none. I'm terrified of them. I don't like getting close to people. I'm terrified of getting close to people. Even family at this point. I can't, not that I can't, I'm not being close. Because I'm afraid that I will... What am I afraid of with them? What am I afraid of with them that I'm not opening up? I'm afraid of rejection, I guess. Because underneath it all, I have all this emotion that is attached to petty and immature things about other people. Like, there are reasons that people out there annoy me that are totally petty, that I'm ashamed to admit. I hate where I'm at in my life. I'm not where I want to be. And I feel like no one wants to hear about it. That if I tell my mom about it, she's going to get stressed. If I tell my dad about it, he's going to get stressed but not know really what to say. And, you know, I've talked to my family about not dramatic, but things that are bothering. You know, I feel like I've talked. I've talked to people. I've done the Al-Anon thing. I've been to 3 therapists. Talk. And I'm tired of talking, which is bad for a stand-up comedian to say. You know, I guess on some level I'm afraid that my own parents will reject me. They love me unconditionally, but there's a part of me that's saying they can take only so much. No one is that. They're not saints. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm afraid of hurting people. That's another one. Which sounds altruistic, but I think there's a selfish. Like I don't want to hurt people because I don't want to feel guilty. No, I'm not a sociopath. I'm close. Like I'm neurotic. I'm self-centered. But I'm not at the level of sociopath. I think it's because I lack commitment. But I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to hurt others. But then I will get really angry with people, and in my head I will say very terrible things to them that I usually don't say in life, but they're there in my head. And it makes me feel like I'm a bad person. That's why I don't like to say I'm a good person. You know what would help? It would help. It would really help me. It would really help me if there's somewhere existed an interview with Mother Teresa where she said, oh God, I hate that guy. Just to know that even Mother Teresa at some point, God, this guy again, just to hear her say that. And then for somebody to ask a follow-up question to her, why do you hate that guy? And she says, because his face, because of his stupid, stupid face. And for her to mean it, of course she never said it to that guy, but it would so help. It would so help if that was true. Yeah. Still feeling sad at this moment. And feeling that nobody no, it's not a nobody loves me situation. I know that's not true. It's that nobody loves me who I can sleep with. That's the problem. And it's another, my parents have to love me because there's genetics involved. There's no one that chooses to love me. And I've not put myself out there, but there's a part of me that thinks if I was really worth loving, I wouldn't have to try hard. That's what I hate about dating. I don't want to try hard to make you love me. I want it to be unconditional. But that, I don't think, really exists in relationships. And I can tell by the 90% divorce rate. There's a lot of conditions in most love. A laundry list of conditions. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't feel I want to let the record show. I don't consider myself a good person. I consider myself a bad person who's really, really polite. Or like, not even that bad is not, like I'm an okay person. When it comes to morality, when it comes to honesty, integrity, I'm, like if a totally moral person, if Mother Teresa were a restaurant, she'd be a Michelin 5-star restaurant. I'm a Bennigan's. You go to a Bennigan's on a special occasion, not a wedding, but, oh, hey, he got an A on the math test finally. That's where I am. That's where I live. Good sampler platters there. But in terms of morality, I could be better. All right, well, that happened. Now I'm criticizing the podcast. Is it original enough? I feel like Mark Maron has covered this somehow. But he's done 1,000 episodes, so surely at some point he covered it. I still refuse to do this podcast with another person. Because I want to stand on my own 2 feet. And that is what happens when I am the son of an alcoholic. That's that wanting to isolate thing. Maybe. I don't know. Is the desire to isolate a protection mechanism, or when I say I want to do something myself and not get help from people, is it a desire to be self-reliant? Or are both of those things the same thing? Actually, self-reliance is a defense mechanism. Oh, it's a total defense mechanism now that I think about it. It is a defense mechanism. Self-reliance is a defense mechanism. But I really don't want to let it go. Because I know I should be relying on other people. But then they have to rely on me. Well, I'm okay. I'm all right with that. See, this is why I'm the Bennigan's of people. The logic really stands.